sort of chilling before the show starts. It's good to have the countdown clock on screen because I'm going live to both Facebook and YouTube. There is a timing difference, and if I was to start talking instead of showing this clock on screen, then people on YouTube would not hear what I was saying during this 20 seconds. So practical reasons for having the clock, and I'll be with you in a second. Take your seats. We've got a varied set of topics today, and all things BeLive, all things live broadcasting. And I've got my first comment of the day, which is good. And I'm Stephen Healy from Wiltshire in England, and we say hello to Chris, who's in Antwerp in Belgium. And I'm going to take my name off the screen because you know who I am by now, hopefully. And over to Corinda. Hello, Corinda. Good to see you. And Corinda is also saying true. Okay. So presumably in relation to YouTube, I'm just going to close a tab or two because I don't want to have too many tabs open. Always a good idea. I tried when I go live just to have the one tab open because that works better. So over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, and Corinda is from London, and BeLive in 5 is here. And I'm going to take a flying guess and say that is none other than Peter Stewart. Okay, which over to Peter again. Peter's saying, yes, it is Peter. And Chris is saying, hello, Corinda. I like it when everybody actually connects with each other during a live broadcast because that's what it's all about. It's all about conversations. And I'm going to guess that Corinda is now saying hello to Chris. And Peter, is that you? Yes, that's definitely Peter. I was just chatting to Peter a moment ago, and that is most definitely Mr. Peter Stewart. And he and I will be talking tomorrow about something I did today and something he wants to do next week. Watch out for the Talkinator is all I'm saying. And Aberkill. There you are, free advertising, Peter. Talkinator is Peter's own Facebook page. Talkinator is starting up again, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow. And the show is sponsored by Aberkill. So that's 3 mentions of Aberkill in the first 30 seconds of this show. Literally, well, not literally, but you know what I mean. Right, okay, thank you to everybody who's watching live and commenting. Your comments drive this broadcast. Basically, I'm here to answer any questions or to tell stories, whichever happens to happen. It was meant to be. So I have stories to tell, which I've put on the agenda. I've got an agenda for a change, and I'll go to that in a minute. If you've got any questions, then please do ask them, and I'll do my best to answer them. So over to Corinda. Corinda's saying, Chris, that's weird. Normally YouTube can't see Facebook comment. Facebook can't see YouTube. That's new. So you, wait a minute, something going on. And Chris is saying hello to Peter. Okay, well, I don't know where the comments are coming from. I can only surmise that they're definitely coming from Facebook and quite possibly from YouTube as well. If you can see each other's comments in the different systems, then that's even better. That's another step forward. If you've got any questions, then please do ask your questions. We've done 1 week of lockdown in the UK, another 3 to go. But the good news for everybody is the vaccine by Pfizer. And we've been told that 10 million units of the vaccine were available in the UK before the end of the year, and another 30 million next year, because our government actually selected Pfizer as being one of the ones they were going to support. And it does mean that we can now start looking and planning forward. And Chris is on YouTube, and Corinda is, yeah. With the vaccine, we can start looking and planning forward. It's good news for everybody. And Corinda, well, they did a survey, Corinda, and in the UK, 37% of our population are actually wary of actually having the vaccine, having an injection. I can't say that I'm into saying it's injections. I can't say that I am looking forward to it, but I think in this instance, it's a good idea. I'm not sure whether what you feel, Chris, and another BeLive in 5. Is that Fonz, I wonder? What would happen if BeLive in 5 talked to BeLive in 5? Or that's Peter saying hi. That's Peter saying hi to Chris. Okay. If you click, just a minute. All right. Okay. Good. Good. I've not had one this year. I'm saving myself for the COVID vaccine. I would be one of the 63% and qualifying for early, but it's just, I suppose a sense of relief came over the country yesterday. Well, sense of relief, Peter apart, came over the country over the weekend, and the sense of relief came yesterday with the announcement of the successful testing of the vaccine. As our Prime Minister said, there are a few hurdles to go, but they hope that the vaccine will be available soon. And the questions coming in, and look, no hands. What's new in BeLive? New in BeLive at the moment is the countdown clock, and also publicly announced is within a couple of weeks to be able to go live on LinkedIn. So within a couple of weeks, it's official, announced by Inga. You'll be able to go live on LinkedIn. I'm going to put my application into LinkedIn so I can broadcast there. It's a whole new audience. I know it's in a way that it's been there a while, but now is the time to join and join in on broadcasting to LinkedIn. So I don't know whether we'll be able to broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, or a combination thereof. And I agree with Chris. Chris is saying she doesn't like injections, but in this case, I think it's better to do it. I agree with that. Okay. Again, if you're watching live, thank you. And thank you for your comments and your questions. How do I make the countdown clock bigger on screen? I can't actually show you. I can do it again. I'll do it. I'll hide your comment. So I go over here and I go to widgets. I click the countdown clock on and it starts there. That's it. And I'm going to stop it. I can't get rid of it now, Corinda. You just basically, top left-hand corner is what we normally have on YouTube, go full screen. And that's it. Go full screen is an option, top left of the countdown clock. God, I was doing countdown clocks way back May, June, July, and there is still a case for them. I'm happy to use BeLive's for the moment, but you will be seeing my countdown clocks make a reappearance probably quite soon, and I'm in the mood to actually do some more. Over to Chris. So that was Corinda's question, which came up automatically, and I tried to put my application on LinkedIn, but I didn't get approved. I tried twice, Corinda, but not for a long time. I suggest trying again. If at first you don't succeed, then try again. And if we do try to go on LinkedIn now, we should stand a better chance because they're letting more people in. So now is the time to actually apply to LinkedIn. They want a bit more information than they did in the past. They want your web page and all sorts of things. But it is worth putting your application in now before there's a deluge, because once BeLive goes to LinkedIn, then there are going to be a number of people actually applying to be there. And Corinda is agreeing with Chris. And over to Peter. John Gaunt, the broadcaster, has a show at 7 p.m. As a producer, I'm sure it is BeLive they use. Brilliant. All good. Okay, so check out John Gaunt. He's on at 7 p.m. tonight, and he's got a producer who actually runs the show for him. So go along and see how other people do it. Talking of that, what I've been enjoying with Nick Wood is we've been doing a show on Mondays called BeLive on YouTube, and it's on at 3 p.m., which is 10 a.m. Eastern. And we've just done our 6th show. And this time we decided to be proactive. So the show's simple and straightforward. We find 4 videos on YouTube, which have been created by people using BeLive. We play extracts of 4 videos, and then we do a little piece about going live on YouTube. And this week we chose videos by Janet Smith and by Gospel. I'm not going to try and pronounce Gospel's surname. But this time we actually went to each of the videos and we said, your video was featured in our broadcast, thank you. And we started conversations with Gospel and with Janet. Both Nick and I had a short chat with them. And I think that's the way to go. We can actually make a difference by going over to YouTube videos and commenting. Seems to work well. So we're becoming proactive, and I dare say we'll do the same next week. So if you want to watch out for the broadcast, it's on Mondays. It's at 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern. And back to Corinda. Yours is smaller on the right. There's an icon top left. If you click it, it goes big. 2 arrows, top left. Click that, it will go big. And breaking news. Right, okay. I am trying to be apolitical in this. We do know that the next president of the United States is Joe Biden, and a lot of people welcome that. Unfortunately, it's got the same situation as we have in the UK. We've got a country of two tribes, and if half the country is happy, half the country isn't, and that's the same the world over. So it's going to be difficult for President-elect Biden until January. Normally, the sitting president makes a speech and phones the new president-elect the day after the vote has been, well, called, because they're not finished counting the votes yet. But that's not happening. We don't know what's happening. Fortunately, it's not on our side of the channel. So there you go. It's going to be an interesting Thursday show for Blabbing for Britain now. 6 shows have gone quick. Yeah, we've practiced for the first 5. We're now into a full swing. We've got a rapport between myself and Nick. And like most partnership, it comes together over time. And this is the thing about co-hosting, that it does take time to actually get the rapport between you, like the rapport between myself and Marco and the Blabbing for Britain team and Fons and John Upton. It takes time for that to happen. And the good rapport with Gospel and with Karen as well, and with yes, with other people too. That's all part of it. It's part of broadcasting 2 people on screen. You've got to get on, because if you don't understand each other, then it's difficult to hand off from one to the other without signals. I mean, my signal is simple. Whilst I'm talking and I've got to the end of my bit, my voice goes generally quieter and I'm waiting for my co-host to actually pick it up. So we've got certain tells that we use, and you know when you actually got to switch over. If I'm showing somebody on screen, full screen, and they mention me, I know it's time that they don't want to be on screen anymore on their own. It's time to go back to the normal screen layout, and that's one tell, which comes with experience, and you sort of know that it's your turn to be on camera now. So all well and good. Right, 2 pieces of software to talk about this week, and in no particular order. This one is Smart Task, which is on AppSumo. For those of you who don't know, AppSumo is where you can get lifetime deals, LTDs. Lifetime deal is that you pay a one-off fee for the software and you got it for a lifetime, and your version is kept up to date, and it provides an income for the software house, and for you're getting the bargain of the year, because Smart Task would be £500 a year. I got it for £49 forever. And that's the same I did with InVideo as well. So Smart Task, if you want to get your life organized and you don't have an organizer, Smart Task has become my new friend, because it memorizes everything that I forget, and it organizes my shows, it organizes my thoughts about live video blueprint and about live selling. So if you're looking for an organizer, hop over to AppSumo, $49, and that will get you quite probably the best one available at the moment. And have any politicians or famous people used BeLive? That's a question out of the blue. Quite possibly, yes. But I can't give you any names. We don't see too many politicians on Facebook, which is perhaps a good thing. I know a local politician's never been anywhere near it. And over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying he's seen one Peter. So names, please, Corinda. And Brigetti is very good. Yeah, Brigetti and I had a show together for 3 years, and Brigetti is a very good friend in Cape Town in South Africa. All right, and over to Corinda, and Corinda is saying, thank you, Corinda. Really, Chris, wow, I learned from Stephen. Thank you, very kind of you to say so. Yeah. And now the other piece of software, if I can find my agenda, is I've enjoyed using this. In addition to storing my videos on YouTube, I store them on Vimeo, which is a paid for site. And basically, if anything happens to YouTube, I'm secure because all my videos are on Vimeo. If anything happens to YouTube and Vimeo, then we've got bigger problems than where are my videos. But Vimeo announced last week a screen recorder, which is very simple and it works well. I used it to do a video last week, and basically you can record any Chrome tab, and you can either be in the picture or you alone or you and the Chrome tab. It's part of the Vimeo package, whether you've got the free system or you've got the paid system. You can actually use the Vimeo screen recorder. It's a Chrome plugin and it appears, and if I press it now, then I could record this screen, and it's just a blue V at the top of the screen in my tab, and it does screen recording easily. Shall we? I don't know what would happen if I had two of me going. I'm going to leave that because this is a live broadcast. If I was just testing, then I may well, but I don't think blowing up the studio is worth it. It's great when you use software in isolation because you get the best out of it. As soon as you start putting live video with recording software, it does tax your computer both in terms of sort of CPU power and, if you're live, the internet as well. And at the moment, I know that Angelica is teaching, so I don't want to overuse the internet at the moment. Although, as Peter knows, we use Deco, and Deco is the best Wi-Fi system, British, and it puts Wi-Fi throughout your house without any wiring, and you get the same quality as if you had wired. It's reliable, and with due deference to Mr. John Upton, for most folk, it's the ideal way to actually have the internet around your home. And I'm going to say this, we use Amazon Prime, and we watch films on Amazon Prime. At the moment, we're watching disaster movies. Don't ask why. We watch a disaster movie every night, different one. Last night's was set in Australia. And before we got Deco, then we'd have been sat there looking at the television, and every so often it would start buffering, and sort of an hour-long video would take an hour and a half to watch. So that's not good. We've none of that with Deco. We know that when we switch the box on, because we've got the Amazon Fire Stick, we know that that's going to work. So that Deco, D-E-C-O, if you're looking for an internet. Okay, and catching up with the comments again. Wow, I only went away for a minute. Is Smart Task on Android or just desktop? It is. The version that's being sold is a desktop version, but you can download the app onto Android or iOS. And back to Chris. And I have a business subscription for a year in video. It's interesting to take the lifetime. No, you don't need the lifetime deal on InVideo. You've got business subscription, when that runs out, then I'd look at it. The way that in video market is that they will appear on AppSumo again. I've no doubt about that. But for the moment, I would stay with the in video full subscription you've got. I mean, John and I are in a wonderful position that we do the weekly live show, and in order to do that, we need to have a subscription. So we've been given one. Right, is Vimeo free? Yes, there is a free version of Vimeo where you can store a limited amount of video on there. It's a brilliant place to actually have your videos and keep backups, which we need to do. And you can also, if you've got a free account, then you can use the Vimeo screen recorder. And yes, it is free. And oh, Damon K. Jones, Peter, I was telling him about you. Okay, so going on, and me, Chris, and Deco, D-E-C-O. There's no K. It's not like gecko. It's Deco, D-E-C-O. And over to Peter, and that's it. That's how you spell it, Corinda. Deco is one of Peter's best what, Peter? I've got to get the answer to this. I think. Yes, you can. Yep. Yeah, you can keep going. You can add additional Deco units. You can buy them individually. You don't have to buy in a pack. And over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying in video is awesome. Ah, patience, grasshopper. Awesome. Okay. And we'll come up to that on the comments. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. And purchases. One of Peter's best purchases. All good. Okay, so we've gone through Deco. We've gone through using AppSumo to get the best deals. AppSumo, I always go there every week, AppSumo, to find out what's an offer. You never know. And $49 for a lifetime. And you can read the reviews. You can check what people think about it. And most of the time, the reviews are pretty accurate. If they say it's good, it's good. If they say it's a turkey, then it's a turkey. So read the reviews. And over to Corinda. Over to Mick. Hello, Mick. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions about live video or any questions about anything, we've got the team together, and between us, I'm sure we can answer it. I'll come back to that in a second. So welcome. And Corinda is saying, hey, Mick, long time no see. I'm glad you found us. And Mick is saying hello to Corinda. Corinda is saying, long time since saw you. And Mick is saying, hope you're doing okay, mate. And Corinda is good. That's good to hear, Corinda. Okay. So there we are. So that's 2 or 3 things. Now, it's worth speaking to Peter tomorrow. Peter's going, are you not going to watch Wee Jimmy Cranky? Yeah, it's just an excuse. I know that. And Corinda's good. And over to Peter again. Are you staying? Yep. Oh, I remember Blab. Blab was where it all began. 5 years. Can you imagine that? 5 years since we're on Blab. And things have changed. I mean, Blab was the precursor of Facebook Live and then BeLive TV and everybody that's come since. It started things off. It got us into the situation where we met up 4 people on screen, people in the audience making comments, and we're still using the same formula today. So the formula is tried and tested over the last 5 years. The thing that's changed is the quality. And if you look back at some of the videos, Peter and I on Blab, and Corinda and Mick on Blab, then we thought it was the most amazing, but now we know it was good. This is the age to be in when it's actually brilliant. And the comments are going thick and fast. I'm going to try and keep up. All right, okay. And we used to speak on Blab. And yeah, and Corinda's confirming that it is 5 years since we're all together on Blab. Time flies. Over to Mick again, and Mick is saying Skype, Zoom, and then Zoom to YouTube. That's my journey. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I mean, we're all quickly realizing that YouTube is the place that we should actually be. And I'm sort of growing my presence on YouTube. We've got a situation. Hang on, I'm trying to show it on screen and nearly deleted it. Hang on. We've got a situation at the moment on Facebook where Facebook have sort of changed the reach of everybody's broadcasts. So we're getting fewer viewers than we did, and we're virtually powerless to do anything about it. So the answer to that, as I'm doing today, is to go live on YouTube as well. Because comments are coming in from YouTube, I can see them on the screen, I can display them on the screen within BeLive, and it works so well. And the quality on BeLive stroke YouTube is amazing. We are in HD 1080, and again, that's the other thing that's changed on BeLive, is that BeLive being an official broadcasting partner for Facebook, the video on YouTube and on Facebook is now 1080p on both, so high definition on both systems. But YouTube is the place to be broadcasting at the moment. And welcome new viewers and say hello to Ted. Ted, nice to see you again. What's up? I don't know. Things just seem to be going well at the moment. We've got a vaccine for COVID, and we have changes afoot in the USA. Zoom makes more now. I can believe it. I mean, we've had an explosion of people going on live video since February, March, and it shows no sign of slowing down. The number of people who've taken to live video is just amazing, and it helps us all, because the more people using live video, then the more the companies earn. As you mentioned there, Zoom are earning quite a nice bit of money, but other companies are earning money as well, and that means that they can put out into R&D and improve the services that we get. And Corinda's going down memory lane and saying his journey was Smile Time, Fire Talk, BeLive, and now StreamYard. That's right. Okay. But Peter, Zoom can't do what BeLive and StreamYard can. That's true. And Mick is saying, I did a cast on Periscope the other night that showed up on Twitter and I got 100 views. Yeah. I mean, I quite like going out using Restream to Periscope, and it does work well. I agree. There is an audience out there if you're consistent. And Corinda remembers Twitch. Twitch is still going. A reminder that Mixer disappeared from Microsoft, but Twitch is still going. My camera is a Logitech Brio. This is, just a minute. Yeah. This is what I look like normally. This is me. This is my studio. I am using XSplit VCam to provide my background, and I can just change background whenever I like. So XSplit VCam with a Logitech Brio, which is up above me, and all good. And over to Peter. Always have an alternative in the background. Yep. And check it out that it's working for us. Back to Ted. Ted saying hello to Corinda, and then if the Corinda is going to say, I think live streaming is #1 now. It's #1 activity, I know, not just for broadcasting as we're doing, and the subscription is £14 per calendar month. Okay. And Microsoft Net Meeting as well. All these alternatives to going live. Right, okay. Yeah, this is it. Facebook, it makes a nonsense of it. We've got thousands of contacts on Facebook, and they just don't see our broadcasts. Simple as that. Because I'm not live on my profile, then the odds are my contacts on Facebook won't see it. It's only my good friends who actually join in, who keep everything going. And to Mick again. Mick is saying, I subbed to you on YouTube. You sub back. You're most welcome. I always do that, especially when I know people involved. Yeah, it's basically YouTube is a great place to be, and we're promoting that with the show on Mondays and Zoom OBS. Oh, that's a good in. Okay, in that case, Mick, you may well be interested in this, which Peter knows about. Just let me go to my... Today, I have been creating a new training course. And this new training course is about something I discovered a week ago, which is totally under the radar. In other words, nobody knows about it. In fact, it's so well kept a secret that if you go to Google and type it in, you don't find much. But there is a relatively new product on the market called OBS Ninja. And this is not as sophisticated as BeLive and StreamYard. This is not about a full production suite. This is about going live occasionally on your destination of choice on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, one at a time, with just you on camera. Yeah, OBS is fantastic for just you on camera. If you want to bring a second person in, then you've got to use Skype, and then it starts to get complicated. OBS Ninja removes all the complications. In essence, OBS Ninja creates a room on a Chrome browser tab, which you can then use to share into OBS so that you can go live using OBS and OBS Ninja with up to 7 people on screen to wherever you want to go. OBS Ninja is free. The author of OBS Ninja is Steve, and Steve's in Ottawa in Canada. He's released it so that we can use it for free. You can buy him a cup of coffee if you enjoy using it. If you search for OBS Ninja, you will find it. But I've been enjoying today actually creating a course about OBS Ninja, 4 short lessons taking you from knowing nothing at all about live broadcasting to going live on Facebook with 4 people on screen using OBS Ninja and not having spent a penny. The only investment you need to actually get this working is time. OBS you download for free and install. You then set it up to connect to Facebook. I'll show you how to do that. And then you go to OBS Ninja. You create your room, give the room a password, invite people along to that room, and then you can take them from the room to OBS. So move people from one to the other, and then you just go live. So OBS Ninja is my free piece of software of the year, never mind of November. And I've put together 4 videos explaining it. I'm releasing those tomorrow. So if you're looking to go live, just you on screen, then OBS Ninja is free. Let's try and catch up with the comments. And we've got last one we had was 3,500 Facebook friends and 6 people watching. And Otomik again, subbed on YouTube. Yeah, right, I'm getting up to date. And Zoom and OBS. And then for the first new comment, we say, what's up via YouTube, and hello via YouTube to Ted, sorry. And over to Corinda, and Corinda's typed a rather long comment, and this is going to be difficult for me to read, so I'm going to read the gist of it. Oh, it's there. Stephen, you know how with BeLive it's possible, and I don't know how to know BeLive this, and if we can have more classic background. I know it's coming soon, but do we know when it's coming out? There are currently 2 themes on BeLive, and there is space for another 3. I've not heard anything at the moment, Corinda, about additional themes coming out. I do know things are going to happen in November, December, January, and we'll just have to wait and see. Because every time I say something's coming out, last time I said something was coming out, it was delayed. So I'm not going to say what's coming out, other than the fact that there are things, new things actually going to arrive as well. And Otomic, and yeah, do have a look at OBS Ninja, obs.ninja. As I say, you won't need it, Mick, but if you do, the training course is out tomorrow. The only difference is, right, in OBS, rather than bringing in a video camera, you're actually bringing in a feed from a browser. So you open a new browser box within OBS, and then you take the link from OBS Ninja, paste it into the box for the first person. Repeat that for the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh person. So you eventually end up with up to 7 browser windows on your scene, each one containing a person. The video and audio are intact. You don't need to do anything other than cut and paste the URL that OBS Ninja gives you. So it's not video camera based, it's browser based. And it is lean and mean and fast. It is so fast. It's incredible. It's nothing fancy, but the transport is peer-to-peer, and the video quality is first class. Okay, so for the reason that I'm interested in OBS Ninja for 3 reasons. One is that it's free. Okay, so if you're an occasional broadcaster and you only want to broadcast occasionally, then you can use OBS Ninja and come and have an interview with a friend anytime you like. The second factor is it is lightning fast. There is no buffering at all. There doesn't seem to be. And latency is amazing. And I live out in the sticks in the UK. As you know, latency is not a problem. And the third thing is that there is no login required. You don't need to log into OBS Ninja. Facebook, YouTube, not required. You don't need to log in. Your guests don't need to log in, which means that people who want to join you on screen do not need to have a Facebook account or a YouTube account. So those are the 3 reasons I've come up with for OBS Ninja. And Corinda's saying hello to Ted. And yeah, okay, got that. And over to Ted. I noticed the on green screen graphics like the comments and your text are very clear, but your face and background is not. Well, I hope it is. Can we have another comment? Right, okay, great to have more themes. Can we? I mean, I can't see myself broadcasting. I can just see myself in the studio. I'm going to close a couple of things down. Okay, see if that helps. Ted, if you could, it's not anywhere at the moment, Corinda. It's just on my hard drive. I haven't got that far. I created the course today. I haven't decided where to put it yet. I think it's the quickest route to market. I mean, the thing is, OBS is free. OBS Ninja is free. So therefore, to my way of thinking, is my contribution, the course has got to be free. So the course may well go on YouTube and Vimeo. So it will be on YouTube from tomorrow. It will be on Vimeo from tomorrow, and you can watch it wherever you wish. And over to Corinda. It looks okay here. Okay, thank you, Corinda. Ted, can you refresh? Ted's in the Philippines, so it could just be a signal thing. Okay, we know we've got to have a pretty good signal for this to work. It's still a magic box. It's still amazing to me that this all hangs together and works. So thank you for that, Corinda, because I can't tell. And Corinda's saying, Ted, just refresh your screen. So thank you, Corinda. And if you could refresh, then please do. The only thing you can do, if you're watching me live now, if you want to help, is just share this broadcast out. We've stopped asking people to share, but if you are enjoying the broadcast and you'd like it, and I'd like to say thank you to, let's just take a minute, slow down a second. Thank you to Ted and Corinda for actually liking the broadcast, and for everybody who's commented. It's comments that drive Facebook reach. Every comment, literally every comment, means that more people will see this broadcast. Yeah, nothing impresses Facebook and its algorithms more than people commenting. And the longer the comment, the better. And that's true of all live broadcasting, of all posts. The more comments there are, then the more people will see it. And we go back to Chris. All right, okay. And we'll see what it's like. See what it's like. I'm going to stay as I am for the moment. Okay, I'm going to do a refresh. Okay, so 30 seconds. I'll be back. Right, I'm back. So I refresh the browser, and I'm back. I'm going to close another window. Can you tell me if the picture is any better now? I'm noticing a slight sync situation, which is always a risk. But the thing is, as I've just proved, that if you have a problem with a BeLive broadcast, then you can just refresh your screen. Even if you are hosting the show will continue, as is proved by the fact that, okay, so Chris, hopefully it's better now. And I'm doing it already, but I can't share a stream on BeLive no more. Okay, I accept that, Corinda. And again, back to Corinda. Corinda's saying, Chris, it might be YouTube because it looks okay on Facebook. Okay, we'll check that afterwards, but it should be better on both now, a bit sharper. Thank you, Peter. And Chris is saying, yes, this is better, good. So a quick refresh works wonders, and to Corinda, it looks the same. Corinda, you've probably got the best internet signal of anybody. And over to Ted, and Ted is saying it's better. Okay. So thank you for first reporting it, and now we have a clearer screen. It's good. It's good to have the feedback. I mean, I'd rather have the feedback and refresh than to go the entire show with a problem. This is it. This is the internet. This is not yet television. One day we'll get to a stage where everybody has got super fast broadband. But if you think that my signal is going from here in the UK to servers in Europe, then over to servers in the USA, and it's all an amazing system, and it's amazing that it actually works. So I'm thankful that it works. And Corinda said it looks the same. Ted said it looks better, which I'll take. And all right, it's got a LAN to the router. Excellent. Okay. Yep. I'm just on Wi-Fi. As I said earlier, Deco Wi-Fi, DECO is the Wi-Fi that I'm actually using. Right, now I'm toying with an idea. Sometimes I don't know where ideas come from. Don't ask me where ideas come from. But I talked about OBS Ninja, and just a reminder, the new OBS Ninja training course will be published tomorrow. And you are watching on YouTube, so I don't need to tell you watch on YouTube. Okay. Now, hundreds of thousands, literally. Let's just go to the agenda a moment. Hundreds of thousands of people this weekend left Facebook all at the same time. And they went over to a system called Parler. I'll just take Corinda's comment and I'll come back. I have a question to ask. What is it when people cross-post, they put the original URL so we can't see comments, we don't know what stream URL is? Cross-posting is still a bit of a mystery, Corinda. It's not joined up yet. And especially with the changes Facebook has made, cross-posting is not as useful as it used to be. It's just basically Facebook, if they wanted, could put all the comments into one pot, and they could show all the comments, whether they were on the original Facebook post or a shared post or a cross-posted post, on the original post. They've got the technology to do it. Yeah, they could make everybody's life simpler by putting all the comments in one place. In respect of where you commented, they would be fed through to the main post, and that would work. But at the moment, it's not. So there is no way that we can actually do it. I mean, there have been attempts in the past, but I can't remember of anything that actually worked totally reliably. Okay, right, back to point. If you've got questions, carry on asking. Please, over the weekend, hundreds of thousands of people left Facebook to go to a site called, now you would think that that's pronounced parler, okay? Parler, as in the French parler, to speak. It's a website which is Facebook-like, but it's not Facebook. And hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people have actually joined in the last week. And they've joined that site because of freedom of speech, because Facebook, during the election in the USA, started to close down certain groups, and they closed down a group with 270,000 members, and everybody went out to Parler. It is an option. I am not going there. If you do want an alternative to Facebook, there are two alternatives that I can think of. Okay, and the alternatives that I can think of are these. I'm just trying to get this on screen. If you want a change from Facebook, then you can go to a site called MeWe.com. I've been there for the last 5 years. It is a good site. It can do anything that you want it to do. So do take a look at it. But also, if you're looking for a website, I've got an idea. I'm going to play a video. So I'm going to take that off screen, and I'm going to bring a video up on screen and show. I'm going to make it full screen, and I'm just going to press play. You notice how that fades at the end. Well, that was thanks to John Upton, who showed me how to do it. John and I are live on Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK, with Inspired by Video. The network that I'm talking about, I'm going to hide that and bring it back. Is Building Our Community, which is a relatively new network. We're only a month old. If you're watching live now or on the replay, I invite you to join us. Chris, Corinda, and Peter are already there. And if you want to join, just type join in the comments. I'll contact you afterwards and send you a personal invitation. This is a networking site for networking. And you're invited to actually join us, and you can open your own group. You can invite people to join. The group can be private. I'm hosting the whole website, but the website is free to use. There are no advertisements. There is no censorship. And this is the reason I did this is simple and straightforward. If you do a post in a Facebook group, you would assume that if the group had 25,000 members, 25,000 people would see it. That is not so. When you post in a group, not everybody sees it. When you put the post in, about 1%, if you're lucky, will actually be shown the post. And Maurice Smith on yesterday was celebrating the fact that a post in her group actually reached 50% of her members. In other words, 50% of Mari's members actually saw it. And she was celebrating that because it's never happened before. So even Mari Smith cannot reach all the members in a group. When she posts in her own group, not everybody sees it. And the point I'm making is this: if you create your own group on Building Our Community, then everybody who joins your group will see everything that's posted. There are no filters in place. Yeah. So if you want a group where it's friendly, supportive, helpful and fun, then Building Our Community is the place to join. And all you need to do is type join in the comments now, and I'll send you a personal invitation. Okay, so that's the advertisement over. We've been going a month now, and it is growing, and people are starting their own groups. I've got 3 groups started by 3 different people, and the latest group was a history group by Fons, and everything's going well over there. And catching up with the comments, and I think this was the last one. Right, so cross-posting we've covered. It will be useful again someday, but not at the moment. Stephen Healy, I PM you on Facebook for the screen grab of what I see during the... Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. And it's very kind of you. I'll check it out after the broadcast. And BeLive in 5, Parley. Parley, definition of Parley. Parley is where all those that get booted from Facebook go. Well, the group got closed down, so it's 270,000 members said, we're leaving. Parley was meant to be pronounced the French way, but it became the way you see it. Oh, thank you, Peter. So it's parlor. Okay. Right. There's something I didn't know. You always learn something when you're live broadcasting. That's the thing I like about live broadcasting, is the networking, it's the talking, it's the chatting, and generally just having a discussion. Right. All of which brings me to my mad idea, which I'm going to sorry, you have been watching live Q&A with Stephen. It's a bit late for that now, isn't it? I've told you about OBS Ninja, and I'm going to, I think there should be one that I've missed. Have I not? Okay, I'm sure I sorted that out. So people are watching on YouTube, that's good. Vimeo screen recorder we've looked at. Okay, I've got to admit it here. I'm going to take that off screen, so forgive me for a moment. I'm going to try and take that off screen, if I can find it. Okay, all right, that's off screen. I'm back. And over to comments, and back to Peter. I used it for a long time. You can get real news there. I know what you mean by real news, Peter. Real news is a Blabbing for Britain term. If you watch Blabbing for Britain, you'll know what real news is. Instead of fake news, which is the news, but real news is real news. And with that conundrum, I'll leave that topic alone, because I try my best not to do politics, apart from on Thursday morning, when occasionally we do get involved in talking about politics. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing, and you can tell me whether I'm crazy or not, I've had this idea. I don't know where ideas come from, but I've had this idea to do a day-long, sort of like a TV show, where I'll host the show, and we'll have it run from 10 a.m. through to 6 p.m., 8 hours on a Wednesday. And it'll be a mix of everything that I find interesting, hopefully you find interesting too. It'll be replays of videos, such as my favorite Blabbing for Britain moments, or favorite shows, not just by me, but by people involved in live video. And it'll be an opportunity to talk about my favorite topics and speak to people. And anybody who wants to join me can come on between 10 and 6 o'clock, join me on BeLive, and just actually we'll just be a sort of Facebook TV show and a YouTube TV show. And anything can happen. I'm used to, if you start something new, then you're bound to get an audience. So my something new is Live Video Hub TV. I'm doing a test run tomorrow on Wednesday. Live Video Hub TV on Wednesday, starting at 10 a.m. in the morning, running through to 6 o'clock in the evening. And I'm going to be able to do it because I'm going to take breaks while I play YouTube videos. That's the way I've worked out how to do it, is I can leave the broadcast running with a notice at the bottom saying this is pre-recorded, and I can play videos you won't have possibly caught, because Facebook, I mean, if you go live on Facebook, let's say this recording, for example, has a shelf life on Facebook. It's live now, and anybody who's watching now is obviously seeing it and commenting, and that's fantastic. If there are a lot of comments, then Facebook will see the comments and say, that's a busy show. Let's show it to more people. So more people will see it in the next 24 hours. And we know that 2/3 of the views of any broadcast come after the live broadcast. Yeah. But then it just disappears, drops like a stone. Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily appear on your feed. If I'm doing 7 shows a week on Facebook, unless you're clicking the button to actually watch the show, and thank you if you do, then it's quite possible you only see 1 or 2 of my broadcasts a week. No problem with that, but that means you're missing 5. And if you're missing my shows, you're missing everybody's shows. So what I'm hoping to do on Live Video Hub TV is to show broadcasts by my friends on replay, so that you can see part of the broadcast and then go and watch the full thing afterwards. That's my idea. We'll see where it goes. So trial run tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock or possibly 11 o'clock. Let's make it 11 o'clock. Let's be reasonable here, because I've got to speak to Peter first. And parler was meant to be French. Okay, so parler or parlor, as it's called now. And Peter's used it for a long time. You can get real news there. And it's good. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you, Peter. I'm not mad. That helps. It's just basically when you do. Right. Okay. Do you think the next year can be worse? That's quite a logo. Do you think no? I'll tell you for why. You've got to have my take on it, that I'm an eternal optimist. We've heard in the last week that a virus which is 90% effective has been trialed and tested and works. It's just got to go through its final certification, and then it'll be released in the UK. 10 million doses before the end of the year, another 30 million doses next year. Our GPs are being geared up. Every general practitioner, and there are 1,250 in the UK, 1,250 doctors' surgeries, is going to be doing 975 injections per week. So we're geared up for it in the UK. It's going to start sometime in December with people most at risk, and then work its way out. So I am hopeful that next year will be better as far as COVID-19 is concerned, because if one company finds a vaccine, then more companies will find a vaccine, and we'll have the situation where second quarter next year we should be able to start getting back to somewhere near normal, and I hope that we do. My Christmas wish, my New Year's wish, is that things do get back to normal. And all I can say, the other good thing, and we'll be talking about this on Thursday, is that things have been changing in the world in the last 7 days, which bode well for the future. And okay, so I'm just trying to catch up. And that was the last comment from YouTube. So thank you for joining us on YouTube. Right, okay, to everybody who's joined me today, a heartfelt thank you. You make the show, and I just enjoy being here, really. Next week, I'll be in the same place. Tomorrow, as I say, I'm doing a test for Live Video Hub TV, and you're more than welcome to join me, talk about anything, and we'll do a trial run and see how far that goes, starting 11 o'clock, same place as you found this show, live on Facebook and YouTube, and hopefully live from 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock. Not all of it will be live content. Some of it will be recorded content, but you will be able to meet me and my friends live on Facebook and YouTube tomorrow. So this is Stephen in Wiltshire saying thanks ever so much for watching today. This is what live video is all about. I really enjoy being on camera, as you can probably tell. And it's been my pleasure to talk to you today. Don't forget, the OBS Ninja course will be released tomorrow. I'll be talking about it. Well, I'll be talking about it a lot. I'm hoping to interview Steve Seguin from Ottawa in Canada, who actually created it. And hopefully, this is a way, because you don't have to pay for it, you can try it out, you can get used to using, you can get bitten by the live video bug. And once you're bitten by the bug, you want to move on up. So this is a great introductory way, a great way to get an introduction to live video. So that's OBS Ninja by Steve, and I'll be pushing that and BeLive in the coming weeks and days. To everybody, take care, have a good evening, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you all again same time next week. Bye. Thank you. And that's